There are three extremely dangerous people that you will encounter in your life, irrespective of your age, your background, religion, race, whatever. And when you meet and encounter these people, one way or another, or perhaps you already have, do yourself a favor. Walk away. Keep them at arm's length. Go no contact. Protect yourself, your energy, your soul, your bloody life. Because most people will lie and bullshit towards you to put up with their nonsense. And if you're sick and tired of that, you need to join my free community, the No Bullshit Society, where we have the uncomfortable conversations so we can grow and level up and protect ourselves in the process. Join for free now. There's 500 plus members. The link's in the description down below. Obviously, there are many different types of people, but one thing they all have in common, one thing they all resonate with one way or another, is they're all toxic. Yes. And masked in toxicity, masked in this trait, is the fact that you'll never be good enough for these people. And the fact that they're wrong for you. The right people are not dangerous. And they're dangerous because they rob you of time. They rob you of energy. They rob you of good vibes. And with those good vibes and that energy, you can achieve goals. You can become more financially independent. You can actually enjoy life. Because God forbid, trust me, when your life ends, you will not and never, ever give two shits about the time wasted with the wrong people. Okay? So they want to keep you trapped. They want to keep you stuck in a loop. And you need to avoid that. And the first dangerous person you will encounter in your life is the perpetual victim. This person, again, it could be man or woman, doesn't discriminate, always complains about their circumstances, always moans, always has something to worry about, always has a problem, always has something that is causing them pain and suffering. And just when you think that it's over, something else happens. Now, are these people dreadfully unlucky? No. Well, if you really want to go there, perhaps they're attracting that negative energy and circumstances. If you want to go even deeper, perhaps they wish upon misfortune, suffering, God forbid, ill health, etc., so they can do the very thing that you'd never, ever thought they'd actually want to do. Crave attention. Yeah, they crave your attention. They crave the attention of everyone and anyone around them. Why? Because they're sick, twisted people. And they will exaggerate, cry wolf, and pretty much create circumstances that are not true. Yes, that's right, bend reality, to make you feel sorry for them. So how does this affect you, and why is this dangerous? Well, like I said, you'll become a professional carer, nurse, doctor to these people. You'll become their bank loan manager. You'll become their Uber driver. You can say goodbye to your space. You can say goodbye to your freedom. You can say goodbye to your life. Because whether it's them cutting their finger whilst chopping vegetables, or them losing a relationship they lost 20 years ago and still dwelling, nothing will ever make them feel better. Nothing will ever satisfy them. Nothing, and I cannot emphasize this enough, nothing will improve their circumstances. But because you're a good person, because you're empathetic, because you're a bit of a people pleaser, because you try to see the good in everybody, why the hell would you do that nowadays? You feel you can save them and change them. I cannot stress this enough. The amount of emotional, mental, physical drain you will feel will suck the life out of you. And then you will have, God forbid, illnesses. You won't sleep. You will age horribly. And just when you think you're out of it and things are back to normal, boom, another issue, another recycled problem, and you have to deal with it. You're not here to save anyone. And you're not here to fix anyone because you can't fix anyone. Save yourself. Save your life. Walk the hell away. Keep your distance. Second they get negative, hang up the phone, don't engage. Put your boundaries in place. The next most dangerous person you will encounter in your life, whether you've not encountered them already, is the charismatic narcissist. The charismatic narcissist is a very dangerous combination. Because this person, this individual, this evil, toxic human is all about control. Through a cheeky smile, through an attractive look, male or female again, they'll tug at your heartstrings. They'll make you fall for them, hook, line and sinker. You'll find yourself skipping down the street in joy and excitement. You'll find yourself whisked away in romance like never before. You find yourself trusting them and being more vulnerable and looking at fairy tales and Disney movies, Hollywood, rom-coms, assuming that you know what that feels like now. Songs come on the radio and they remind you of them. They ask you to do something and you just do it. You book a romantic trip away. You help them out of a jam. Everything is fun. Everything is great. That's the honeymoon period. But once the honeymoon period crashes and burns, which it will do very fast, you see the real them. When normal life resumes and you get off this fake high and you have to say no and they don't get their way, that's when the darkness takes over. That's when the adult sport brat criticizes, shouts, complains, manipulates, gaslights the situation, so you then fall prey to the abuse. And then gradually, or even dramatically and drastically, the dynamic is different. The connection is not there. They stay out late. They turn off their phone. They lie. They become cold. It's like a completely different person. And the way that F's you up is you work extremely hard to try to go back to that beautiful place that you're in, that bliss that you had before at the beginning, that honeymoon phase. You do just about anything to return to it. But nothing you say or do gets there. And like a gambler, which is what I used to be, in the casino, playing more of their life savings, time, energy, chasing losses, that's exactly what you're doing. You're chasing an illusion, a fantasy. And just when you want to get out, just when you finally awaken, just when you're going to break free, the charisma returns, the smile, the charm, the attraction. And they say to you, you're acting crazy. There's nothing wrong. Trust me. You're in safe hands. Only for the abuse to return and the cycle to continue momentarily. Incredibly dangerous. Fight the manipulation. Fight the bullshit. Get out. Trust your gut instinct. And last but not least, the most dangerous individual of them all, of these three, is the liar. Of course, a narcissist can be a liar. Of course, a victim can be a liar. But the liar is so dangerous because a liar can take many forms. I call this the chameleon. The chameleon to adapt to any circumstance, say the right thing to anyone to get their way, and talk themselves out of trouble. Recently, I heard of somebody who left their family, a young child and a partner, because they were perpetual liars. And part of their abuse was to contact others and gaslight to say they never did anything wrong and it was the partner they were leaving behind that was the issue. Whereas they were serial cheaters, liars, abusive and disrespectful. As an overly trusting person in the past, myself, and an incredibly naive person too, I remember my heart breaking many times from friends, family, and of course partners who lied. Lied about their whereabouts, lied about their past, lied about their feelings, and so on. The liar will wake up one day and betray you and abandon you. The liar will steal your money. The liar will steal your children. The liar will stab you in the back at work and steal your promotion or job. The liar will steal your life if you're not careful. But how the hell are you supposed to know they're a liar? Once a liar, always a liar. Once a cheater, always a cheater. One strike is okay, but two, they're out. Because the lies will get worse and worse. The abuse and disrespect will get worse and worse. Do you want to live a fake life? Do you want to be, God forbid, on your deathbed saying, what if my entire life was a lie? That is exactly what you're setting yourself up for. Associating to any degree with a liar. And once again, even if you don't want to do two strikes, the moment they lie, the moment they're exposed, believe them. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Walk away. Cut contact. Move on. These dangerous people will come across you one way or another. Some people meet them temporarily. Some people are living in the same home with them, as the family, working with them, whatever. Keep your distance. Notice these red flags and trust your gut. Be rooted in truth. Ignore toxic positivity and see it for what it is and say it for what it is. Not to call them out, but for your circumstances. This is toxic, this is bad, this is abusive, and I need to get out. And if you want to protect yourself, level up, and be around people to reassure you, to tell you that you're not going crazy, because you're not, join my free community, the No Bullshit Society. 500 plus people are there being rooted in truth and leveling up in the process. It's totally free to join. The link's in the description and pinned comment below, where we are not afraid to have those uncomfortable conversations to improve the quality of our lives. It is sad that you'll encounter these people, but this is life. And by encountering and walking away and distancing yourself, you open yourself up to the honest people, the no bullshit people, the genuine and the healthy. And when associating with those sort of people, everything changes. For the better, what have you. But it starts with a simple choice. Nobody who puts up with a liar, a narcissist, a perpetual victim, or someone who's all three lives a healthy, happy life, a safe life. They live a very dangerous existence by choice. Remember, you always have a choice. Make the right choice. Do the right thing. Walk away.